everyone, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my Etsy shop. I'm going to preview the next items that are going to be posted on Frenchy and Tubby tomorrow, Friday, January the 12th at 5 p.m. So I have a little bit of everything, some crystal pottery, kitchen stuff, decorative items, really cool looking stuff. Let me start with this one. This is super cool. So first of all, I just want to preface with, I am yet to find it on the internet. I have no idea who makes this. It's not a ginger jar, it's more like a pickle / biscuit jar. It's hand painted, it's pottery, it's very well made, though a little bit rustic. Let me move this so that it stops making noise. And it's got some kind of pattern, I don't know if you can see it, within the leaves themselves, and some of them were a little bit burnished with a different color. It's a very interesting design, but it's all hand painted. So I went online, and not only can I not find the exact same one, I also cannot find the exact same shape. So that makes it kind of interesting. It's really cool. So this is obviously, you can use it as a cookie jar. You would have to put a gasket on it, though, unless you want to keep it that way. Decorative item, vase. You can use it as a vase. Remove the lid, obviously, and then permanent vase with some dry foliage. Or you can put a tall plant in it, or just put it on the shelf as a decor. The blue and white decor is timeless, okay? Absolutely timeless. And this is really nice. It's well made. It's, again, not super fine in terms of the pottery craftsmanship itself. It's got a few bubbles, you know, that popped during the firing, and it's not super smooth, but it's hand painted and it's really heavy pottery. There is absolutely no marking on it. No indication, no stamp, no sticker, nothing. No idea who made this. Cool nonetheless. Available tomorrow at 5 p.m. My second item is quite defined because it's very unusual. And you're going to look at it and say, well, Sophia, it's just a crystal footed bowl. You are correct. It's a Waterford, but it's a Marquee by Waterford. It's crystal. But there's an echo. There's something very different about it, is that it has an entire scripture from Isaiah 40:31 etched all around it. And it says, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. What a gift for somebody who's newly ordained, somebody who's currently going to seminary, or anybody in your family, or even yourself, if they have a strong faith and they already surround themselves in their home with objects that are testament of their faith. I've only seen one other like this online, and it was actually sold at auction. So I don't know how many they made. It probably was a very limited edition. It doesn't say Waterford on it. Marquee is not signed. It only had the sticker, the blue and gold sticker. Or is it blue and white? So you won't see Marquee by Waterford on it. So it's, you know, typical work you would see from Waterford. Clean cut, smooth, beautiful sundial at the bottom. And again, you can see that it's etched with scripture from Isaiah all the way around it. This is not a bowl that I would use for food. This is a bowl I would just keep for display. Maybe have some dry flowers in it. Maybe have floating candles in it. But I wouldn't use it for food just because it has scriptures on it. I don't know. That's just me. You do whatever you want with it. But what a beautiful bowl. It's fooded. Again, the quality you would expect from Waterford, Irish crystal. Really neat with a crisscross pattern. It's not super sharp crystal. This has been smoothed out, so it feels very nice when you touch it. And again, the addition of the scripture all around it makes it so special. If you have somebody in your family who's currently, like I said, who's currently going for seminary or a degree in theology, and they're going to be ordained as a pastor soon, what a gift. I mean, really, what a gift. This is perfect. You're not going to find this online, I'm telling you. Only so one. That's it. And again, it was sold at auction. So Waterford Marquee, Isaiah 40:31, is it? Let me see. Where are you? 40:31, scripture etched all around it. Superb, beautiful, impeccable shape, and Waterford crystal. So you may recognize this item because this used to be mine, and it was one of the items that actually decluttered. And it's this American Brilliant Cut tankard, also known as a pitcher, that is just fabulous. This is by a brand called Meriden. They were a very renowned American Brilliant Cut and cut glass and bottled water manufacturer out of Connecticut. This is an antique. This is from late 1800, early 20th century. So it's between 1890 and 1910, no later than 1910. It is absolutely stunning. I wish I could show it to you in proper lighting. It's heavy, it's 11 inches tall, and it's everything you would expect from American Brilliant Cut. I'll talk about the condition in a second because it does have a tiny chip. So it starts at the bottom with kind of like a star pattern, right? And then on the body itself, you have sprays of leaves and twigs with flowers that are etched with a little diamond pattern in the middle. There is a pattern right here, you probably can see it on the handle, and then whatever is at the bottom repeats itself right here on the neck. Same thing with the diamond and what almost looks like stars of David. And what's interesting is that little pattern right here on the spout. So I talked about flaws, right? I usually do not sell things that have a lot of flaws unless they're really super special. Okay, I give you a for instance. I was going to put this J.G. Durand French vase that's called Cathedral on the shop. When I picked it up, I was like, oh, this is gorgeous, but it does have a really bad chip right here, and that bothers me. So I'm keeping it. But this one, because it's an antique, it's a little bit different. So it does have, let me find them now because it's very tiny and you really got to look for them. Because I can't find it now. Should have been prepared. Is it right here? It has a little flea bite right here. Another one right here. They're really tiny. And I think there's one here at the bottom, but you barely can see them. Yeah, right here. You see, I bet you can see it, right? It's right here. It's super tiny. You can't see it once you have the light on it. This thing is heavy, but it's gorgeous and it's an antique. This is an example of what American Brilliant Cut did. The American Brilliant Patterns did back in those days. People had those things on the table. So this is a tankard, meaning this is for clear liquid. This is not for what? This is not for wine. This is for water. Okay. Maybe orangeade, but I wouldn't even. This is really meant to be for water. It is absolutely stunning. And I'm telling you again, you can't see where the chips are. I thought it had way more chips than that. I'm having almost a seller's regret here. But it's by Meriden and it's stunning. I do declutter my stuff. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I know there's a lot of brilliant cut collectors out there. So this one could be yours. Again, I would say 1890 to 1910. That's its age. So it's over 100 years old. And just think about it, how loved it was and how carefully passed down from one family member to the other. Because this is fragile stuff, okay? And for its age, I would say it's in superb condition. Those flea bites are nothing. They just basically, it got banged here and there, probably in transit or whatever, but it's over 100 years old. It's beautiful. The fourth item is something you probably saw at Grandma's house. It's the pecan pie dish. That's by Royal China. It's not super old. It's from the 80s, 1983, and I know that because it says so, 1983. Pie baker has been crafted of the highest grade ironstone for durability. So it was made in Sebring, Ohio, conventional and microwave oven safe. And it gives you the pecan pie recipe at the bottom. I used to have, this has been in my shop forever, I used to have all of them. The apple pie, the cherry pie, the blueberry pie, the lemon. I had so many of them, and this is the last one. I don't know why I didn't put it up, but anyway, it's got the recipe for pecan or pecan, whatever you want to pronounce it. It's in great condition. There's no damage. I don't even see scratches in it. So grandmas used to collect those. They had every single one of them, and maybe they would display them on one of those little gallery shelf. But it's like one of those things that's cool to have, and plus it gives you the old-fashioned pecan pie recipe. So pecan pie. Okay, the fifth item. What an interesting find. I saw this and I said to myself, well, that would make a really nice planter. Then I turned it over and it says Fastcraft 2010. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Is it a Fastcraft salad bowl? What was this for? Would you believe that I've been spending the last 2 weeks online trying to find the pattern, and I cannot find the pattern. I don't know which pattern this is. I looked at every single pattern ever created by Fastcraft and I cannot find it. So I don't know how they made this, if this was a limited edition. Obviously they didn't make the plates to go with it, so it may have been just serverware for the table. It's quite possible, you know, it probably did have platters or salad, pasta bowls, whatever. Couldn't find it. I'm not even finding this one at all. I did the Google search, I did the image reverse, can't find it. No idea. It says Fastcraft, 2010 Lifetime Brands, Inc., dishwasher and microwave safe. Now, it's really beautiful. I love it. So I thought these were crocus type flowers. They're actually blue daisies. They come out of a basket. See a little weaving here. A little bit of greenery, and then the inside is a beige color. It's typical of Fastcraft. I picked it up even though it had a chip. Again, if it's really special, I'll still put it up for sale. It's got a little tiny chip. You see it right here? It's really not big. Okay, so you just put a little bit of blue marker on it, blue Sharpie, gone. A little bit of clear nail polish, and then you throw the marker over it, permanent marker, you're good. It's very unusual and it's very large. I personally would use it as a planter. I could totally see myself getting one of those pansies pots, you know, they're kind of shallow compared to the regular pots, and it definitely would fit in this. And then you would have like this cascade of pansies coming off of it, and you put that on your patio, your front door, porch, you name it. It's really cool. It's ceramic, well made, typical of Fastcraft, not too heavy, but again, it has a little chip right here. And if somebody can tell me what pattern this is, maybe you have a piece from them in that pattern, because it's not on their website. And I looked at every one. Can't figure it out. Even by date, Can't find it. So Fastcraft, either a big salad bowl or a planter. Okay, next. You know, whenever I find something French, I gotta pick it, right? What is this thing, you might ask? Okay, well, I looked at it, I was like, okay. I like the pattern. It's very well done. And then I turned it over or flip it over, and what do I see? But the logo for JAR, France. JAR is a ceramic, handmade artisanal ceramic manufacturer from south of France. They've been around since 1850, and they are considered the standard when it comes to ceramic, handmade, artisan-made tableware in France. This is about as high-end as it gets. I don't know, what would you compare it with? This is above Williamson Sonoma. This is like the Neiman Marcus of ceramic. Okay, the better yet, this is the Bergdorf and Goodman of ceramics. Okay, this is a pattern that's called Vuelta, and they refer to it as white pearl. So if you look at, let me see if I can give you a close-up in the light. So it's not pearlescent per se, you can see that, right? But it has this pattern where a different color was dropped in the glaze and kind of splattered and attach itself to the other glaze in a different way. The overall color is beige. It has a little bit of brown and blue, but it's mostly this pearl white. Now, what is this? This is, well, they call it an hors d'oeuvre boat, which basically this is for appetizers, all right? So what can you put in there? Well, you could do cocktail shrimp, or you could do a bunch of oysters, or on a bed of ice, or you could do fried cauliflower puffs, hush puppies, you know, all sorts of little finger foods. It's a very modern looking piece, no doubt about it. Now, do you have to use it for hors d'oeuvre? No, but this is a perfect catch-all for a modern entryway. If you have a very modern house, you know, clean look, white lines, crisp, not too much fuss, unlike my house, right? Perfect, that blends in. It's very nice, and it's JAR, so it's, you know, it's a who's who in France, basically. It still has the label from them, so I don't know how much this was used, how much it was put in the dishwasher, and if you look for it online, you're gonna gasp when you see how much they want for it secondhand. Okay, we're talking close to $100 just for this piece, secondhand. Nuts. So yeah, all right, when I come back, one more item and then I'll say goodbye. Okay, last item. When I see stuff like that, I think Sèvres, Limoges, I think Versailles, I think grand. This is grand, but it's Schumann-Arsberg. It's Germany, Bavaria, 1940s. It's called Cobalt, and it's 24 karat gold. So it's a platter. I would say maybe it is a cake platter, but the kind of cake that has a coulis or a caramel that is running, okay, or the kind that you put a rum over it so it would contain the liquid. It's got a rose pattern on it, and everything you see that's on camera, it shows yellow, I know, but it's gold. Okay, I'm trying to get you to see the actual gold. It's stunning. It's so pretty. So there's a lot of people who collect those. Okay, and it does say Echt Schumann-Arsberg, Germany, Cobalt, and it's number 14. Perfect condition. I mean, very minor scratches on the gold. I don't even know how to clean this to bring the gold back. Do I really want to mess around with this? I don't know. I'll clean it. See if I can bring it back to a nice shiny gold, but boy, this is grand. This is beautiful. If you collect things that are blue, I mean, this is the kind of platter you put on a display, you know, like really, it is, you display that. Perfect for a wall. I got my fingerprints all over the place on it. Yikes. Yeah, typical plate you would put on the wall. It's got a little bit of tarnish on the gold. I'll see if I can clean it without scratching it off. But anyway, it's from the 1940s. So 80 years old, okay? Somebody loved it because really barely any scratch on it. It's a collector's plate. That's what I would consider it, a collector's plate at this stage. That's not something I would use. This is really something you want to display, again, either on the wall as a collection or in a curio cabinet. What a statement. It's grand. It's super grand. I'm telling you, and Limoges, and the only reason why I was thinking Sèvres Limoges is because they had similar pattern, which they did much earlier. But I guess there was a revival of the cobalt and gold in the 40s. Should we call it Hollywood Regency? I don't know, but it's really cool. And the details on the roses. Let me see if I can give you a close-up. It's very intricate. Maybe you can see what I'm talking about. Look at this. Come on, gold. Do your thing. It's a little tarnish. We're going to have to clean it. Beautiful. And that would be my last item. Now, I know that every time I've had a Schumann Arsberg item, it flew off the shelf. But that was the vintage rose pattern. I've never had a cobalt blue one before. And I have a feeling this one ain't gonna last too long either. So that's the grouping. That's what I'm posting tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Etsy. Frenchy and Tubby, my little shop, my little small business, my passion. I could do this all day. I really could. This is I'm in my happy place here. That and the quilting and the garden. Well, I have a lot of happy place now that I think about it. Maybe I'm just a happy person. Anyway, if you want to support my shop and support a women-owned business and me living my passion, everything is in the shop at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And I don't have another woman to feature today. So if you know anybody, or if you yourself have a small shop, a small business, again, I don't care what you sell or what you make. I'll feature you and I'll give you a boost because I believe in women supporting other women. So I know that sometimes we feel that we're not good enough and we hesitate and we're afraid that it's going to be a bust. And, you know, Sophia's going to spend 15-20 minutes talking about my shop and I'll get zero sale. Who cares? What's the difference between the zero sale you had yesterday and the zero sale you'll get tomorrow? You know, more of the same. Don't worry about it. But what if somebody falls in love with your stuff and then starts telling everybody, hey, I got this at Susie Q's shop. Here's a link. That's how it works. You have to make that plunge. So don't hesitate. Contact me at mygreatchallenge@gmail.com and I will definitely feature you in one of those videos. At the end, I tend to do a little presentation about somebody else's business. Anyway, see you tomorrow in the shop. And the video for YouTube tomorrow is a early access that I posted on Patreon last week. Now, just as a heads up, I don't do early accesses very often. I think last year I did maybe 5 for the whole year because I tend to keep my Patreon super exclusive to Patreon. I think it's fair. But once in a while I do an early access, and this one is a tutorial and demonstration on the Artful Agenda. It's a digital planner. It's the perfect time of the year to get you motivated, working on your goals, planning your life, and not just your life, but the life you want. That would be tomorrow on YouTube at noon, and then all of these items will be live at 5 p.m. on Frenchy and Tubby on Etsy. And again, the link is down below. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye!